Come with me as I walk you through exactly how I did this brow lamination. I first like to gently exfoliate the brows with an oil-free cleanser of really any kind. I just get in there super lightly, exfoliate the skin just so my tint holds really well. I'm then going in with the first step of my brow lamination solution, which is going to relax the hairs and let me manipulate them exactly how I want them. I like to apply the solution with a lip gloss applicator just because it's super gentle and I can really work it into the hairs. And after that, I put some saran wrap on it to keep the hairs from moving. After a few minutes, I like to take the saran wrap off and brush through the brows to see how well it is taking this first step. You can see I am swiveling the hairs to see how well they are relaxing and just to make sure I don't overprocess her. Make sure you apply super light pressure when you do this because you do not want to irritate their skin at all. I'm then going to put the saran wrap back on, wait a few more minutes, and then work the solution through the brows yet again with my lip gloss applicator. I also like to check and make sure I'm not overprocessing the brows during this step. Once the first step has processed, I'm going to take it off with a Q-tip. You can see I'm using mainly the stick of the Q-tip, and this is because it really presses the hairs down. This makes it super easy to trim the brow hairs evenly, which is what I'm doing now, and you can see I can just go through the whole brow and trim the hairs perfectly evenly. After I finish trimming, I'm going to go in with a lamination balm. The lamination balm almost acts as a glue, except it's less sticky and it's a little bit easier to work with. It really just helps the hairs stay in place for the perming solution, which I really love. I am going to put the brow hairs exactly where I want them for the remainder of the treatment during this step. Once my client's brows look exactly how I want them to, I'm going to go in with the perming step, which is the step 2 of this solution, and I'm going to go in and work it into the brows with a lip gloss applicator. Once I've worked it through all the hairs, I'm going to apply cling film again to make sure those brow hairs do not move. And once our processing time is up, I'm going to remove that cling film and make sure that I get all of the solution off of the brows because you do not want to overprocess these brows. Once I have removed all the solution, I'm going to fully map my client's brows and show them my mapping before I start tinting and waxing, because once you start waxing, you can't add hair back onto the brow. So I like to get their approval before I go in with the tint and the wax. I am now going in with my Brow Code Light Brown Tint. I'm going to start at the tails of her brows and work my way to the front to give a natural ombre effect. I'm going to make sure I stay within my mapping to give her the exact brows that she agreed to. Once I have the tint on both the brows, I'm going to clean them up with a long microfiber swab, which is going to make my brows super crisp and super clean. While her tint is processing, I'm going to clean her up with some antiseptic and prep her for getting waxed. I love using oil-based wax because it makes it a lot harder to lift the skin, and also my clients leave with hardly any redness. This wax is super gentle on the skin and hurts way less than honey wax. After I finish waxing the brows, I go in and remove the tint, which I forgot to record this step, I'm so sorry. But after I wipe off all the tint, I like to brush through the brows to make sure everything is combed out and is looking really good. Lastly, I like to use white brow paste to outline the bottom of the brow because it makes your client's brows look super clean and super crisp, and also just photo ready. I will then go in and smudge out that white brow paste with like a Q-tip or a cotton round just to make it not as bold. My client will now have beautiful laminated brows for the next 4 to 6 weeks.